First, anybody? Rishi is one. Fantastic. I creates problems in your leadership role.
No, it's EYE.
Sir, EYEI.
Sir, but there is also EYEI. Fine. I misheard it.
And next is test.
Sir, there is more than one time you have I there. I am glad none of you picked it up.
Money.
You have not picked up from that sheet. How many I's are there? Count. Letter I. Is it not the most repeated letter?
Twice.
Someone just check.
Twice.
Sir, देख के ढूंढते रहना चाहिए. This is all depending upon. How many I's are there?
2, sir.
2.
काट कीजिए और देखते हैं. Fair enough. Despite you have 2 eyes, you could not even spot 1 eye. That means you have learned something in your role as a leader. The biggest problem in leadership is eye. The so-called ego. Illness becomes wellness if you replace I with WE. Okay, EYE, that's the first letter. Anything else?
Coach. Next.
Coach, any other word?
Money.
Team, anything else?
Team, money,
Funny.
Huh?
Joy, money,
Joy.
fun,
Fun.
joy.
Anybody chose fun as the first word? First choice?
Yes.
We'll come back. I spent a day on this. On this exercise, minimum 8 to 9 hours I spent. I can't have the luxury, so I'm just introducing you to this.
No. On.
Huh? No.
No.
Fair enough. On.
Joy.
We.
Team.
Team.
Joy is also there.
Okay. Joy. Anything else?
Is character.
Well? Did you see well?
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything else? Coach. Anything else?
Is priority.
There is a concept called
Joy.
in leadership. Actually, this is a concept which we are taking from information sciences. We are talking about leadership today. We are not talking about leadership in 1947. So there is a concept called WISWIG. We'll talk about it maybe tomorrow, a little more in detail. Leadership is what you see is what you get. If you don't see, you'll never get it. So if you have an eye for an opportunity, you're bound to get an opportunity. You're bound to see an opportunity. Is that clear? Is that not clear? Is that clear? So what is most important is, that's why we call it as an eye test. The words you choose, please write them in that order on the back side of the paper. Oh, another paper. Take another paper. Turning will be difficult. Take another paper. Write all those words in the same order. That will give you enough of indication about your leadership orientation. Sometime in the evening, I want you to do 2 things. One thing I'll tell you now. Another thing I'll tell you a little later. I want leadership excellence comes when you develop your agenda. That is what we meant by role making. Pratibha Patil Madam said once on TV, Government of India को कुछ करना है.
Who is government of India?
President of India, Murli, she says, with no offense to anybody. I mean, समझे? हाथ दीजिए, हाथ दीजिए, पकड़िए, दूसरे, छोड़ दीजिए, छोड़ दीजिए, छोड़ दीजिए, छोड़ दीजिए. Who is holding whom? Isn't it a very disgusting thing? President of India says the India government of India should do something. Should have called using the constitutional powers, Prime Minister, and all they would have written a private letter, public letter, an ordinance could have been issued. Please remember, the success in banking industry before nationalization, the success in any industry even today, comes by a leader in an organization, irrespective of his level, is he role taking or is he role making?
Role making.
Your success comes only because of the role that you make. Is it defined in Manusmriti? Bhad mein jai Manusmriti. How are you bothered? Please remember, your orientation determines your intent. Your intent determines your content. Now we are talking about, we're not lost track. Sandeep, don't get worried that I left you. No, I remember. We talked about a hotel and we stopped exactly a hotel called Mayfair. I tell Sandeep, ek kaam karo yaar. Get your family. Let's have dinner in a hotel. I'm also inviting some friends. We'll come. All of us will have dinner. We'll reserve a table and we'll have dinner. Go. Happy. Next day, I promised dinner. I'll go to his house for a meal, maybe night dinner. Right? And he might say, yesterday I enjoyed your hospitality. Today you should enjoy mine. And you should tell me your levels of enjoyment, like we told you yesterday, how much you enjoyed about it. It's fine. Right? He sells me a drink because he had a drink yesterday in the hotel. Whatever drink that he has at home, he sells. Right? And he gives me the food. Now forget about drink part. Let's not talk about it. The cooking equipment that he has at home, compared to Mayfair Hotel, is it superior or inferior? The cooking equipment he has got at his home, is it superior or inferior to Mayfair Hotel? Inferior. The cooks that Mayfair Hotel employs, are they more competent, more qualified, more experienced than his wife? The ingredients that are used, he would have used maximum Govindbhog rice. Anybody from West Bengal? Govindbhog? All my travel. 2 months basmati rice in West Bengal. Govindbhog, for those of you who do not know, it is fantastic fragrance, na? Bengalis prepare kheer only with that. Govindbhog, if you do not know. You know? Govindbhog, which means it is God's bhog. Bhojanam. If you're not try this rice. Ask somebody, he'll send it for you, don't bother. Because you tell me, I'll organize, don't bother. Mamatadi is a good friend of mine. And her former DG is my former student. Now he is the human rights or something. DMP. Point is, but I find food, the dinner and the drink at home, much more enjoyable than the hotel wine. Have you experienced this anytime? Tell me.
It's made for you.
You also ate. His wife also ate.
Sir,
Just hold it.
You are the special.
You're very close. We're coming closer. Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute. Point I'm saying is, which is the most melodious sound for each one of you? Most melodious sound for you? See? Lucknow. No, not sweet voice. Sound.
that
No, your own name. If I say Shah Rukh Khan, Rishi will never pay attention, yes or no? Suppose I say Rishi. In a lower volume, it catches his attention. Suppose I say Aditi. She'll respond. The most symphonic sound, these are all the leadership guns. That's what I'm telling you. The most sweet sound for me is my own name. That's when banking law in practice, it says, the way you have written your name, if the check is not written in the same name, it cannot be accepted unless otherwise the agent uses his discretion and certifies that both the persons are safe. Please understand. That's the legal gun you have. So most symphonic sound in the world is my own name. The leadership lesson for you is, how many names you remember of people? People with whom you work, how many fellows' names you remember?
Especially first name.
Sir, any name, sir?
No, I'm just reminded of that incident which is narrated in Friends and Influence people by Dale Carnegie. He mentions about Jim Wallis. He telling people that I know 50,000 people by name.
Possible. No, what am I saying is, if you can remember the name of an individual, you are in the path of leadership excellence. Because the most symphonic sound for him is his own sound. Go a little beyond his name. Can you also remember his pet name? Can you remember his wife's name? Can you remember his children's name? Do you remember what do they do? Yes or no? Have you not noticed in our Indian customs, suppose you go to somebody's house and he is your family friend. Someone puts there, Lata kaisi hai? He is referring to my wife. आपके सामने मैं खड़ा हुआ हूँ, थका हुआ हूँ, इतना दूर ट्रैवल करके आया हूँ, वो बीकेसी से मैं चंबू तक जाऊँगा. Right? Damn it. पानी भी नहीं पीता साथ लता कैसी है? But do I feel bad or good? I feel good because he is referring to somebody whom I know. Is that clear? Please understand. Quite often before marriage, your world is different. After marriage, your world is different. So, the most symphonic sound is one's own. Which is the sweetest language? You talking about?
Mother tongue.
Bhaskar?
Mother tongue.
Mother tongue. How many of you know our national anthem? Huh? National anthem, not national song. What is the difference?
It is in Bengali.
What is the difference between national song and national anthem? Sir, what is the difference between, forget about language, what is the difference between national anthem and national song? It is a question of adoption. At one time they said this is our national anthem. Then they said the other one is national
It's
song.
mandatory. National anthem is mandatory.
National anthem on official functions.
That's what I'm saying, sir. It is declared as national anthem. Hence it is national anthem. Incidentally, both of them were not very popular. They are not equally popular. National anthem is more popular. Rishi, which language it is written? Don't prompt, please. We got exposed. There is a reason for me to bring in all this. We got exposed to national anthem at a very young age, isn't it? Maybe subsequently we come to know that there is something called national song, which is called Vande Mataram. National anthem we were exposed at a very young age, isn't it? Right. Which language is it, sir? What language you think? Ranjan?
Sanskrit.
Don't prompt him. You think it is Sanskrit? Fine, hold it. It's Hindi. Anybody else? Anybody Marathi? Mother tongue? Other tongue? It's Hindi. No, Bhaskar has written as he gave a googly in the beginning itself.
Bengali.
Yeah, it is Bengali. It is called traditional Bengali or Suddha Bengali or Pandit Bengali, which contains lots of Sanskrit words. Right? When we are exposed at a very young age, it doesn't matter what the language, because to us it is our mother tongue. First language exposed is mother tongue. I hope you're following what I'm saying. So the sweetest language is mother tongue. Anything you find it sweet is your mother tongue. Hence you think national anthem is, I think it is Telugu. Kannada fellows think it's Kannada.
Another thing I would like to add, if you see the every words of national language, though it was in Bengali, every word chosen in the national anthem, you will find in every language in India. Almost.
Sanskrit.
No, one second. I'm not disputing, I'm trying to tighten it. I'm not differing. There are some loopholes. Point at issue is, Tagore preferred chest Bengali to colloquial Bengali when he wrote this. Chest Bengali is little more, it's a Sanskritized Bengali, right? Interesting aspect in that is, you find most of such words in most of the Indian languages. In traditional Tamil, you don't find a single Sanskrit word. So he'll object. That's why I'm telling you, be cautious. Given that leadership authority, access to resource powers, don't bulldoze. The slower you go, more the people who will be willing to accept you or walk with you. Otherwise, he will shout at you in Tamil. Interestingly, those of you who are interested, Rabindranath Tagore not only composed in Shrestha Bengali, that is the word they use, Suddha Bengali, which is Sanskrit, and with you there is no doubt. He has also set it to a tune. He set it to a tune which even today we follow. Those of you exposed to music, the traditional music of India, it is called Des Rag. Des. S. Balachandra is very well known for his compositions on Des Rag. S. Balachandra, you know? For those of you who do not know S. Balachandra's signature is like that. It's like Veena. He's a Veena player. His signature looks like Veena. It looks like Veena. Right? He is a self-taught man. Nobody taught him music. Second uniqueness. Third uniqueness. As long as he was alive, under civilized hours, anybody can go and express your desire to play with him. No artist in the world. Civilized hours means you can't go at 2 o'clock in the night. You have to go between 10 o'clock, 5 o'clock. If you take an appointment, fine. Otherwise, you go. If he is free, you can play with him. 3 unique aspects of S. Balachandra. So, what does Des mean?
Country.
National anthem is set to a raga that is called as Des Rag. What an intelligence! It's like Dana back there. Come back. We are not lost track. What are we saying is, role making is something that will make you to move on the path of leadership. The most symphonic sound is one's own name. The sweetest language is mother tongue. Best food is mother's food. All Indian husbands have problem even today because of that orientation. Take it from me. Though your respective wives are ISO certified by your mothers, still you will say, "ठीक है बनाया भैया, इतनी तो बात ऐसी नहीं है." You know the reason why food at home, food given by mother, you find it tasty because that's the first one you're exposed to. Your wife came later, fact of life, right? So it is a second exposure. I don't know, maybe for somebody's case it may be some other exposure. But the point is, when you tell, "No, it's not like my mother's food," despite the certification, why you like your mother's food? Why you like your wife's food? Why your guests also like your wife's food, like Ravi Kumar? Sandeep, the reason is the intent. The intent with which it is made. At home, his wife would have, if my husband is inviting somebody home, And you also tell Ravi Kumar, he would have helped her in cutting piyaz, fresh salad, hari mirch. No, he would have helped, right? And he would have said, no, sambhal ke karna hai, theek hai, all that. And he would have shown the reverence. So if for my husband it is important, for me also it is important. The intent is what? Intent is enhancing happiness in Ravi Kumar. Yes or no? Which is generally missing in hotels. So if you want to be a successful leader, realize the power of intent, which determines your content. And even if there is no content, you are flowed by intent. You understand what I'm saying? प्यार से मुझे एक ग्लास पानी पिलाइए सर.
Personal touch.
Sir, intent. You give me water with
Love.
a good intent. सारे को मरने दो. अब पानी दिए तो हम जहर मान के वो जो मर जाएगा. Obviously. Is this clear? Is this not clear? Please remember, words make a world of a difference. One of the important skills in leadership is wordsmithery. There is a concept called wordsmithery. Goldsmith, ironsmith,